Hi, my name's Jane. I recently became a professional funeral celebrant with the Celebrant Training School. I'd looked online, I had searched for the best course I could find that would fit my needs, and the Celebrant Training School was just that. Back in 2023, we as a family were let down when the celebrant let us down over my late sister-in-law's funeral. So I decided to do it, and it was one of the best things I ever did. Before I started the course, I decided to give David a call, and I'm glad I did, because he was extremely sympathetic, but he was also really interested in what I wanted to do. And I've always found him to be extremely amiable. The course itself is written in such an easy way. It's just a great course, and I highly recommend the Celebrant Training School.
Hi, I'm Andrew, and I'm based in the northeast of England, just outside of Newcastle. When deciding on a training course, I did a thorough review of the courses available. I chose Celebrant Training School because the syllabus and the modules looked so well thought through and comprehensive. I really like the fact that that David's background is education and teaching, so I thought here's someone who knows how to write and structure a course. That proved to be absolutely true once I got onto the course. It's structured in a clever way so that you gradually learn the elements of a funeral service, but in a way that isn't overwhelming in terms of how much content you're trying to take in. The modular structure also lets you learn at your own pace. You could probably do the whole course in a week if you really apply yourself, but I think it's probably better to absorb the information over a slightly longer period. Although the course is online, there are two really useful aspects which both involve actual interaction with David. The first is there's videos of services that David has led, so you can see how certain parts of the service are actually done by somebody who's been there, done that, and got the experience. The other is the one-to-ones with David, where you perform certain elements of a service to him over a Zoom call, and you get constructive feedback. That is invaluable and really gives you the opportunity to learn exactly how it needs to be done, and also pick David's brains at the same time. Upon completing the course, I've had moderate success in securing bookings, but that's more a reflection of the market at the moment, which is a bit slow. However, in terms of doing my first few services, everything went fine because it went exactly the way I had been prepared for them. There were no unpleasant surprises because I knew the structure and I had the knowledge to do it. And the actual delivery of those services was very straightforward, and I felt very comfortable doing them. Once you've completed the course, you also join a WhatsApp group which with other new celebrants, which can be quite invaluable. It gives you the opportunity to ask questions, see what other experiences others are having. If you get a tricky situation with a slightly difficult family, say, you can bounce that off other people, and some really good suggestions come back off that. So a really good aspect of having done the course. So all in all, as far as I'm concerned, this is the best funeral celebrant training course that is out there at the moment. Okay, thanks.
I found David's courses and well, I'm a teacher and he's a teacher, so that was a natural attraction because I would understand the way that he taught. But also as a teacher, it meant that I knew that his style would make sense to me because we're trained to make people understand. And, you know, once I'd enrolled on the course, I was so glad that I did. Everything I needed, everything I wanted to know, and he wasn't very far away to tell me. If I needed something, I could text and ask. If I didn't understand something, there was a conversation, and it was nice to be able to do it at my own pace. I found everything that I needed to run a business, and I didn't really think that that was available with other courses. I think that it was all about writing a service, and I mean, I'm an English teacher, writing is what I do, but it's the business aspect that I was really keen to develop, and his course was amazing for that. So I came away with a set of instructions as to how to do something, an understanding of warmth and compassion, and how much of this job is really about helping people and listening to people. It's not just about writing or hearing the sound of my own voice. And so I felt really set up for that. And although I was nervous in September when I did my first funeral, it went really well and I felt very confident, even though it was really tricky, actually. It was a really tricky one. It's probably the trickiest one I've done, was my first one. But I felt really prepared. And since then, I've just booked my 23rd funeral. And I'm now people are starting to ask for me and to be involved with or ask me about, you know, how I got involved and how I did it. So yeah, it's been really, really useful. And I would recommend David, because if you want to be a funeral celebrant, then this guy knows everything you need to know. And if I don't know anything, I'm on the lovely WhatsApp group and I can respond to other people and I can ask them questions, and there's a group of professionals who are there to help me and to listen, which is lovely. So yeah, I'm really glad I took the course, and it's changed my life.
Hello there, I'm Jill Frisbee, and 10 months ago I decided to train to become a celebrant, and I chose David Willis's The Celebrant Training School to do so. About 3 or 4 years ago, I decided that once I'd been to a few funerals and started to observe the celebrants that were officiating, that would be something that I'd really love to investigate and have a go at. So I did leave it a few years, I must admit, but then last summer I got around to having a look at who was around, and David's course came as a recommendation to me. So when I went on to the introductory course, I found that this course was going to be perfect, and it was. The 3 things that are important to me with this course are the course content itself, but also the flexibility and the practicality of it. So I'll just explain a little bit what I mean. So in terms of the course content, the course tells you exactly what knowledge you need to know to do this role, but also gives you lots of exemplars, examples, case studies that show you how this works in practice, and also assesses you in a very practical way so that you're practicing the skills of the knowledge that you've acquired. It does this through videos, which I love a video, but it also has really clear resources, and the online aspect of it is really easy to navigate. Even if technology is not particularly your thing, it's very easy to navigate. This really means that it offers you total flexibility, which was really important to me. You can dip in and out. You can do this completely at your own pace, in your own time, on your own terms. For me, I was and still am teaching 4 days a week, Tuesdays to Fridays, and I'm also a granny of twin granddaughters who I have on Mondays. So my time slot for availability is extremely narrow. But David was really encouraging and sort of really talked me through how this is still possible to build a successful celebrant business even with such time limitations, and he was absolutely right. So in terms of the flexibility, I was able to do the funeral celebrant course within a couple of months, burning the candle at both ends, I have to say, but it enabled me to do it in my own time. But then I spent 4 months really implementing the third aspect of the course that was important to me, which was the practicality. David, having a business background, was able to include a module in the course which really clearly gives you strategy and process for how to approach and understand the industry, how to go and build those contacts, how to do it, what to say, what not to say, and to go and really start the ball rolling on building your business, and it absolutely works 100%. Having spent really 4 months building up the funeral business, just to explain what that's meant for me, I've built wonderful contacts with fabulous people in the industry and worked with over 20 families to deliver and officiate services for their nearest and dearest. It's been an honour and a privilege, and very humbling to see the testimonials that come back from them. In terms of the funeral celebrant business, it's flying, and I have to say it's the best job I've ever done. I absolutely love it. So to David, thank you for equipping me with the tools and the knowledge that I need with your brilliant course, and for all your ongoing support and mentorship. And to all of you out there who are looking to take the first step into this business, I would highly recommend the course, and the very best of luck to you all.